John, amazing job on this film. You guys started off, you give me this up moment from like the Pixar film, and then it just kind of breaks down from there. This film has a lot to do with technology, but at its core and its heart, it's about a father and what he would do for his daughter, how far he'd go for his daughter. Why did this story resonate with you?
First of all, the character was someone I could really easily relate to. You know, as soon as, you know, your wife gets pregnant, you start worrying. That worrying muscle is born, and before your kid's born, and it never really lets up. So I get that. I was really excited about doing, contributing to this genre, or playing in this particular sandbox. Because I hadn't done this kind of movie, hadn't done a thriller. I like them. They're making less and less of them.
Yeah.
And so that was the real pull for me.
All of the other films that use technology to tell a story were originally the reasons we never wanted to make this movie.
Oh, really?
Because they'd been done before, and this is such a concept-driven story that we're like, why would we do this if ours wasn't new? You know, if ours didn't feel like the first one to do it. And it was honestly, once we cracked the story and we realized that the best way to do this was by taking an unconventional filmmaking approach and marrying it with a very conventional classic structure, that marriage could be something very, very fresh, emotional, engaging, and honestly put the story first, which is something that we felt like had never been done. And if we were to execute that, maybe it would feel like the first time this was ever being accomplished. That's what kind of got us attracted to the story.
I'm a huge fan of Dateline, and it felt like I was just living in a Dateline story.
There's definitely a sequence in there with a brother that there's a sequence in the film with like kind of some security camera footage that always reminds me of a Dateline episode.
Right? It totally does.
I immediately responded to, the main story. Nothing could be more horrific than your child going missing. So I realized that even though the device that Aneesh had created that had never been done in the history of cinema, that I couldn't really connect with emotionally, but that the story underneath it was a classic suspense thriller, and that it was a very emotional story.
Right.
And once I realized that if you took that device out, the story could stand on its own, then I felt comfortable about it.